Can we just be candid for just a moment? Not long ago, I had a client ask me a question that I honestly had to sit with for a really long time. And if I'm real with y'all, I can't believe I'm sitting down to make this video. But she said, Coach K, what is the scariest part about showing up online? And I didn't have an answer for her right away. Like, you guys know, I'm a relatively open book. I show up for this community and the collective on an almost daily basis. Like, there's a rarely a day that I don't at least post something in my stories. But as I mulled over this in my brain, I could hear my coach's voice so loud in my ear. And she says, be vulnerable. Show them the transition, take them through the process. Like, don't just talk about it, show them how you're doing this in real time. And that idea scares me so bad. It's exactly the theme of Main Character in Motion, the series that I'm doing right now. But as I was editing those videos the other night, I realized that I was editing out my ums and I was rewriting sentences and moving stuff around to make sure it hits better and it's packed in this cute little package. And that's the way I've done a lot of my socials. Like, I'm free to tell you whatever you want to know about how I overcame or how I got the victory or even some failures. But by the time it gets to you guys, everything is nice and packed and put away into quick 3-step processes or packaging. And it gives off this false sense that I never have a bad day. And that is so untrue. And maybe it's the millennial in me, right? That needs everything to be poised and proper and a voice of authority. And maybe it's that hard wiring in the back of my brain that says that, everything has to be perfect. When people are looking to you, if you stutter, if you misspeak, if something's not right, they're going to just lose all credibility with you. Maybe it's that nitpicking and, well, you can't do this. And if you put your hair behind your ear, if you stutter, then no one's going to believe you. Maybe it's that, but I get to challenge myself on that. And I get to stop over editing and over producing all of my content because I feel like people can learn just as much, if not more, from your failures as they can from your victories. And so I want you guys to go with me on this transition of showing up even more raw. I want to be very clear. The content that I'm putting out is not inauthentic. That is me. That's my voice. That is the way that I move. I am very pristine. That's the way I live my life. But there's also days where my edges are frayed. There's times where I am near tears because of something that someone has said to me or the way that something hit. I have those days where I have to choose silence. I have to choose to swallow my pride. There are days where I lose it. And I'm not the girl who has that emotional regulation that I teach about so much because growth is linear. This is not some one-stop shop. We get to reclaim our narrative and show up as the main character in our story every single day. And yes, sure, maybe I'm 2, 3, 4 chapters ahead of you, but these are processes, these are things that we learn over and over and over, and you're not too far gone. I'm not too far ahead to stop and be like, hey, this is where we get back on the bus. This is where we reclaim our own power. I want you to know that you have agency over your life, but it gets to be an intentional choice. And so today, I'm intentionally choosing to start showing up for you even more raw, even more authentic with the ums, with the flyaways, with the imperfect makeup or whatever it is, so that you can see that this is an ongoing process. And if I can do it, you can do it too. So stay tuned. Love y'all.